in University of Bamenda. After that, I went to Technical School of Agriculture, Bambili, after which I went to Bos to obtain my degree. And today I am a master student at Caltech, Yuba.
Okay, before we continue with the discussions in the studio, let us go listen to the speech of Head of State President Paul Biya on the 10th of February 2016 on the occasion of the National Youth Day. We'll be right back after that.
It is proper for our youth to be imbued with republican and civic values. These should form the basis of a genuine commitment on every front, be it security, economic, cultural, or socio-political. The development of our agricultural sector will be accorded a prime place. In this regard, I urge you to truly revolutionize your mindset. The soil has never betrayed anyone. But do not be afraid to take the plunge and become the agricultural entrepreneurs that Cameroon needs. It is a noble and rewarding trade in the so-called real economy. I therefore urge the elders to shoulder their responsibility, to urge the youth to be on guard in their land. It is unwise to dissuade them from doing so. It is equally important to set a good example for them.
Chitainu, you listened to the speech of President Paul Biya on the occasion of National Youth Day. That was on the 10th of February 2016, where he called on all the youths to go to the farms because the soil has never, deceived anyone. So what was your motivation? What motivated you into going into agriculture? Was it a call of President Paul Biya, or you have always loved to be in the farms?
What motivated me to go into agriculture is not the call of President Paul Biya in 2016. Because in that 2016, the call of president came when I was already the student union president, Technical School of Agriculture, Bambili. And what motivated me to join agriculture was nothing rather than I decided to do what we call mechanized farming. I grew up in a family that agriculture was only the livelihood of the family. So President Paul Biya calling on youth in 2016 to go to the farm was just like another motivation, which I did not see it to be like something that was to encourage me. He was simply reminding me and other youth to go to the farm because farming never fails.
Today you have farms in the south region of Cameroon, in Bolova, where you have experimental farms where because it should be recalled that you've studied crop protection. Your field is crop protection. You studied in school, and you've been trying to bring out some new genetically modified crops in your experimental farms in Bolova and Manfe in the southwest region of Cameroon.
Yes, I've been trying to bring up some genetically modified crops such as pineapple. We have a cassava farm found in our experimental farm in Bolova. We have maize found in DOP. I'm always in DOP to verify that. I also I go to Manfe not often since
the crisis
is disturbing there. So I'm highly concentrated now in Bolova.
In the
south region, where we have an experimental farm that is functioning for the moment.
Okay, what are some of the crops that you are experimenting in that in the farm in the Bolova?
Okay, we have in Ebola, we have crops like tomato that we do it seasonally. We have maize, cassava, pineapple, and many that we can't name it here since it is an experimental farm.
So how has the journey been since you started, you got involved with farming? How has the journey been? How profitable is farming?
The profitability of farming is something that we cannot sit here today to analyze that, because you have a lot of things that is involved. And when you talk about how profitable the farm is, I can tell you the backbone of every economy is agriculture. And talking today about the profitability, you'd see we can take a whole day talking about that.
Yes.
But I would rather just cut it short to say that agriculture has never failed anyone, and I don't think it can fail me. No, you or any other person that wish to join agriculture.
Okay. Yeah. And you are declaring, are you calling on other youths to join this move? It should be recalled that you are
experimental farming, as you rightly said. And then doing this, we don't need to like go deeply into it, but we do that since we have limited finance. Yes, so our main problem is finance, but we have been training some youth that wish to involve either in agriculture or mechanical engineering.
Most of the youths would like to not tie, like we have both of us are sitting here. They don't want to go to the farms. So what is our message to some of the youths who think that agriculture is not meant for their generation? They rather want to be in air-conditioned offices.
There is something I would like to tell all the youth outside there. Being a youth means a lot. Some of them don't even know the meaning of the word youth. Youth need to engage in agriculture because agriculture is the backbone of this economy. And then going into agriculture does not properly mean that you go to the farm. You talk of me knotting a tie, being in an office. Let me tell you, Mr. Lasha Kingsley, if there is anything to work here in the farm, you will not even recognize that this person putting on a suit in front of you.
Like if our producer can give us some of the images so our viewers can see when you are in the farm.
No problem.
In the experimental farm.
No problem.
Yes. So continue. You were saying.
So I was saying that if there is anything that concerns agriculture, or if we decide here and now that we are going to the farm, you will bear me witness that I will remove all this thing, put on my farming clothes, go to the farm without any hesitation. I know destiny of many youths are in the farm, not even sitting in climatized office. No. Sitting in an office does not yield any profit. You are just there like furniture. So I believe if we are productive enough, we should go to the farm and do one or two things.
Cameroon has fertile soils spread all over the national territory, but there seems to be this issue of acquiring land. How has it been for you as a young man who is not up to the age of 40, acquiring land to be able to carry on with these projects?
Okay, thank you for this. Acquiring land for this project is something that is very easy. For us to acquire land, or a youth to acquire land, there is one thing that a youth need to understand in life. If you really love your profession, or you want to get into agriculture, you cannot tell me you have gone to a community, you played with some people that are working there. Being an agricultural engineer or being an entrepreneur in agriculture, it does not mean that you have the whole country like a land. You can have 500 meters square, that's half an hectare. Then you will be able to produce what will fit you, fit the family, and you will also make profit from it. And you cannot tell me that anybody can sit, or in a community you can lack 500 meters square to cultivate.
The issue is, if you want to buy the land, if you are not probably in your community, you go to a different community where you have to acquire the land. There's this issue of land title, which is still posing a problem in the country. For those who are under the age of 40, it's very difficult to acquire land in your name.
Yes, that's really what is disturbing most of
And
the
you
youth
are
today.
in a bolova, so you tell us your experience.
In
Because some
Ebola,
people want to go into agriculture, they are afraid that they will not be able to have the land necessary for them to move on with the business.
there is one thing that we the youth need to know in this society. If you want to go and say you want to acquire your own land, it will be somehow difficult. You can do like you can rent a land to make production for a particular period of time. Through the production, the output you are going to have, than the profit you can use now. If your age does not permit you to get a land, you can use the profit you are having. That is, you link with someone that is having that age, or someone that can encourage you or can motivate you to get a land anywhere. So I don't see that getting a land anywhere in Cameroon can be a problem to an entrepreneur.
So those are just flimsy excuses that the youths are giving. Most of whom want to write concours, government concours, and sit in offices without going to the farm as advised by our president Paul Biya.
I would like to tell you that those are excuses that even as I'm sitting here today, I once faced such a situation, but I was able to conquer it since. My zeal was to engage in agriculture and entrepreneurship. So I don't see that to be an excuse, because any youth that is determined to do anything, you can do it anywhere and anyhow.
Without any problem.
Without any problem.
Okay, let's now look at this aspect. You said your enterprise is not only focused on agriculture. What are the other aspects, other things that you are moving on with to ensure that you even employ some of the youths who keep complaining every day? So we saw the PhD, graduates or students who were marching on the streets of Yaoundé asking for job from the government.
When I look at that image, I was embarrassed, because as a youth, you are when you are studying, you don't need to focus on a particular thing. I, for one, I studied agriculture, but if you want to make any plumbing in a building or make any irrigation, I will not pay again someone to come and do that. So if you are going to school, don't go and focus to study history and come back and be disturbing the government. We study today to be self-employed, not to be employed by the government. Education is not all about employment. You can also create an opportunities for someone to.
But everybody, most of them are blaming the government for not giving them the job. Every day we keep blaming the government. Our educational system is not the best. So what is your secret?
Okay. If we blame the government and say the educational system is not the best, then I will tell you, Mr. Lasha, that anyone saying that this does not understand what education means. You cannot blame the government. If you blame the government, I blame the government. Who will the government blame?
That's a question I should be asking you to tell.
So that's why I'm saying that being educated does not only mean that you work in an office. That's why I'm encouraging all the youth. If you want to specialize in a particular thing, make sure that same program that you are going in for will be able to fit you if the government does not employ you.
So somebody's, for example, I am studying history now. How will history fit me?
If you are studying history,
I don't want to go to the farms, because most of them don't want to go to the farms.
If you are studying history and you don't want to go to the farm, or you ask me a good question, how will the history fit you? What prompts you to go and do the history at the university level? You wanted to be a journalist, or you wanted to be a typewriter or anything, or a poem writer, right? If you, after your university level, if you see that history cannot help you in any way, I will tell you, agriculture is something that you cannot take a whole year or to learn it. We grew up in agriculture. For example, if with 1,000 francs you can start an agricultural business, agro business, which is going to help you.
How would that happen with 1,000 francs?
With 1,000 francs, you are from a family. Maybe let's take for example. You cannot tell me that you are from a family that doesn't have land anywhere. Go back to your village, get a cup of vegetable, huckleberry. Let's say huckleberry.
Yes.
Yes. Use the natural manure we are having around. Cultivate maybe 2 ridges or 3 of that huckleberry. Nest it. Transplant it. After 5 to 6 weeks, you'll be able to harvest and send to the market. With 1,000 francs, you invest 1,000 francs. If you are concentrated on that particular piece of land,
but this one, you seem to be addressing those who have not gone to school, who don't want to do the kind of agriculture you are doing. What about those who have gone to school? You think with 1,000 francs they can be able to do what you are saying?
With 1,000 francs, they can be able to do anything. What I'm saying here is very simple, Mr. Alasha. If maybe you have gone to school, or then you don't have something that you are doing, or maybe you did history as you rightly said, then you after your university you are unable to have job. With 1,000 francs, as I was saying, can be a perfect match if you know how to manage.
Okay, let's now look at you what you are doing. Are you like thinking of going into transforming the products or the produce that will come out of your farms, and then you put a Cameroonian label, or you just end at the level of experimenting plants and then doing some field cultivation?
We are trying to do that because we are partnering with Radem Sale, what we call Shasha, which is located in Douala, Cameroon. There are certain crops that they are using to do their natural plants. That is So when it is like that, you cannot tell me that I should be doing this or that. When we cultivate, there are crops that we cultivate which we know they are of less value in the society.
Yes.
But meanwhile, there is a lot of medicinal impact of it. So we have Radem Sale, we have Shasha that are like they are partnering with us.
Okay.
Yes.
So you very soon should be expecting something with Cameroonian label.
Yes, it's already in the market. Just that when I'll be coming next time, I promise to bring something Shasha or Radem Sale.
Okay, you are equally into peace advocacy, and you told me off camera. I decided for us to talk about that concerning the crisis in the northwest and southwest. You told me how you braved the odds to go into the northwest region of the country from where you come from your village, to be able to try to talk to some youths and tell them the importance of leaving the bushes, to indulge themselves in agriculture to make ends meet. Because according to your narrative, some of them are into the bushes because they were deceived because of the hardship some of them were going through. After their degree, they didn't have anything to do, and so when the calls or messages came in for them to join the struggle, they decided to dive into the struggle without having a second thought.
Yeah, actually, that is exactly what happened to our youth today. And there is something that I'll address to the youth of today. Getting involved in anything, we need to be very careful. You should not sit in your house comfortable and then someone is having a political issue with another person, then you just get involved without knowing what is happening, because by the end of the day you are the one suffering, not them or those that involve you into such.
But they told you that most of them were deceived that the independence will come. They are going to Boya very soon.
It was not that most of them were deceived. Most of them knew that the independence is coming very, very soon. So when I talked with some of them, they actually told me before joining, they knew the independence of Ambazonia, the southern Cameroon, it will be as short as maybe 2 months or 3 months. And after which they will be employed like army or gendarmes or others. So that is the main reason why they joined. And unfortunately, they could not do anything. And they were not seeing anything like independent.
And today you have 5 of them who are working with your company. They are into farming with you.
Yes, five of them actually are doing farming now, and they are not only working with me, but they are having their own farms.
You've already taught them how to fish.
As I said,
yes.
Learning agriculture does not take you a year.
Okay.
You just need to have brief history about agriculture, then you'll be able to cultivate.
Okay, Tita Inu, we are glad you honored our invitation to talk about agriculture and the the gains which come with, involving yourself in the agricultural sector as advised by President Paul Biya of the Republic of Cameroon. Before we end the program, what is your last words to the youths who are watching us at this time?
I would like to encourage the youth, everybody. I'll encourage the youth. Don't only go to school because you want to go and get a job or you want to go and sit in an office, but go to school because you wanted to make an impact or you wanted to change something in the society. Changing something in the society does not mean that you go in or you pick up arm, but changing means if you want to change anything, you need to start that change by yourself. Change yourself before changing any other person. So I'm encouraging all the youth out there, if they can join the moving train, and then focus on either agriculture or on other things that will make them busy or will keep them busy.
Not drinking, not drinking. No. Most of them, they spend their time drinking. Most of the youths.
Yeah, actually, most of them spend their time
in gambling houses,
drinking, some playing pari-food. Others, they say we have many gambling issues that is disturbing them. But
they are saying that they don't have the job. The government has not given them the job.
I will repeat myself here, Mr. Lasha, that any youth that is saying that they don't have job, that's why they are gambling. Those are lazy youths. Those that their heart said they are going to do this. So the first thing, as I was saying, is to change their mindset. You don't go to school because you want the government to employ you. You go to school because you want to help others.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome.
From the 1st of August 2020, BT Media is getting better, going further with clearer images. Our channels, My Media Prime, My Movie Africa, French and English, My Music Africa, My Gospel Africa, Real Black 1 and 2 will be upgrading on EMA 17 with frequency 12,333